Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Bonner here, Overtime Athletes. So I wanted to make a speed video for you guys today and show you guys kind of a contrast or complex set that I really absolutely love for you guys, for that I love my guys when I'm trying to develop somebody's faster tendon acceleration. This is one of my go-tos. It's a staple. I do this for a lot of young men, young athletes that I'm working with. As I say, you guys know how much of an emphasis I place on the 10-yard dash. If I can correct your 10, right, and we're expanding that over a 40 or a 60, the biggest bang for my buck is focusing on your stance, your start, and your first 10 yards and really focusing on that acceleration. Top speed comes over time, right? Top speed, you got to think about, if you're an athlete, think about top speed as you changing that one mechanical thing in your shot that you got to do 1,000 reps of, or that one mechanical thing in your swing that you got to do 1,000 reps of. That comes with repetition. However, I can teach an athlete and get an athlete's 10 better through acceleration. That's something that they can pick on quick. Don't get me wrong, there's technique. However, if I can improve an athlete's 10-yard dash, I can usually make them faster by a couple sessions. One that I absolutely love to put in a training block that I got from, I got to give credit when credit's due. I got this from, I believe it was Joe DeFranco back in the day. Shout out to him. I think that guy does amazing work. I've been following him since I was myself training. I've learned a lot from him, and so if you guys haven't seen him, make sure you go follow him. He's got some great stuff. However, what he does is, what it is essentially, you're pairing a heavy sled march, mimicking very similar to how you're going to perform an acceleration. So I just want to kind of go through those. So I just have a low sled here. You guys can utilize a low sled. What I like to use also is just a regular prowler, and I like to put my hands down. Now, I'm very meticulous about how I teach this to my athletes, right? So what I want, if you can come over here to the side, what I want is I want a flat back, chin tuck, so I want my spine neutral as possible. And then from here, I'm having them push out. I don't want them pushing down into the ground. I have them pushing out and they're marching. So I want to be able to see that toe over that knee, chin tuck, and I want to over-exaggerate my stride. I'm over-exaggerating the angle, right? The same angle that I'm performing as I'm doing an acceleration. I'm probably more here, 45. This, I'm obviously extremely low. From here, I'm taking large steps, getting full extension all the way through, and pushing through every single time. So my butt slightly up, driving through big strides, utilizing that glute to push through the entire sled. Then what I have them do, and I'll usually do this on the turf, I'll usually go from one to the other. Soon as they're done this, I give them about 30 seconds or the walk or whatever it is that we're doing. I have them line up. Same thing. They can either come from their stance, they can come from a standing position. What I like to do is just kind of like an all fours, almost like you're popping up from a mountain climber position here. And I have their feet back. I want their feet back behind their hips and their shoulders right over their hands. And then I have them explode off, explode 10 yards as fast as they possibly can. Now what this is doing, after they heighten the nervous system after performing heavy sled marches, it's resisted sled marches as heavy as you possibly can. So what we're doing is utilizing the same muscles that you're performing a sprint with in the acceleration phase, turning them on as high as you possibly can, right? We'll go about 10, 20 yards as heavy as we possibly can. Now, as that nervous system's heightened, I want to come over here and I want to transfer that while the nervous system's still firing to as fast as we possibly can 10-yard sprint. The more times, right, and if that's faster, the goal is to utilize how the muscles are sparking at that time to be able to perform that 10 yards. The goal is to get him, obviously, a faster 10 than what he usually is performing. Let's say he's running a 1.6. If we can consistently do this and get him at a 1.55, if we can consistently try to pump him a 1.55 for a block of training, now when he goes and he performs that, he's performing at that level. And that's the goal. We want to try to get that athlete to perform at that high level at a consistent basis. So when you are able to take that away, you'll see the athlete be able to perform at that level. So it's one staple that I put in my training. I just wanted to share with you guys real quick. A lot of you guys who want to get a faster 10-yard dash, that's a must. that I put in all for my guys, especially the guys who need to learn acceleration. Not only will it help with getting you faster, it also supports your technique. I hope that helps. Love y'all. Holler at you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in becoming a better athlete, whether that be sprinting, jumping, strength, or overall looking like an athlete, go ahead and click the box here on my side and make sure that you subscribe to my videos here so I can keep sending them to you. Holler.